What's going on, Energy Family? Ace here, giving it to you straight with another take. Today's episode is going to be on the other side of uncomfortable, being true freedom, and why it is we should pursue the uncomfortable. We should pursue discomfort, especially on this ascension path, in order to actually make it to where we're trying to go. Now, these ascension energies lately have been intense, doing some major shadow work. Super proud of all of you for continuing to walk through the fire, continuing to spiritually condition ourselves, yourself, for what's to come, for what is here, and for what's evolving both within us and from without. Before we get started, though, if you would please hit that subscribe button. If you think anybody else could benefit from this content, like and share. And if you would like to join in on the conversation over on Telegram, t.me/Army of Energy chat. We also have an Instagram now with some content going up on there at Army of Energy. Now, the last 12 years I've been chasing uncomfortable. Not necessarily for the right reasons. Basically because it was the only thing I found interesting enough and intriguing enough to put my time and effort into. As I grew up, as a kid, as a teenager, and as a young adult even, I was apathetic. I really didn't care about much. I really didn't want to do much. I found this whole simulation rather ridiculous. The Matrix definitely ridiculous. Seeing grown-ups pretending to be grown-ups when in reality they were just little kids running around still. And so the apathy, depression, anxiety that I felt growing up was truly because I didn't enjoy putting myself on the other side of uncomfortable. I'd rather just sit on the sidelines pointing the finger at everything and everyone and talking shit about it or blaming it or judging it without actually being the kind of person to go out and do it. And I recognized this about myself pretty early on. I recognized that I really enjoyed comfort. I really enjoyed plush settings, savory foods, warm colors and sensations. And I'm not saying that this is, don't go live in a beige room or anything like that. What I'm trying to get at is my entire life was comfort. That was the pursuit. Everything had to be comfortable. Everything had to be easy. Everything had to be now. And it led me to suffering and to being unfulfilled and to wishing a lot. I wished to be here and wished to do that and wished to be this, yet didn't take the time or the energy to put myself into those things to become all of my wishes and desires and yearns and wants and needs. And then I joined the military because I realized that I had all this potential and had no clue how to get to it. And then I found out, what is on the other side of uncomfortable is greatness. And greatness is subjective because greatness is ever evolving. The definition is constantly changing, and it's subjective to each and every one of us. But when you are constantly putting yourself in situations, predicaments, and circumstances that you're uncomfortable in, it's challenging you to step outside yourself and learn something new, take a new perspective, attempt to be something more than you thought you could be. And that's exactly what this ascension is all about. That's exactly what being a starseed and a light worker truly means. It means stepping outside of our comfort zones every day, every single day, so that we can be the beacons and we can shine brighter for those who have not chosen it for themselves yet. That's what the other side of uncomfortable brings, is freedom. And that freedom comes because we are ourselves. And we are only ourselves if we're being challenged. We're only ourselves if we're living authentically. But how can we live authentically if we're not being challenged? Because you have to be challenged to find out who it is you actually are. So this week, I challenge you to do something that's super uncomfortable, but something you've been wanting to do for a while now. Make a video, try a new recipe, join a gym, start a yoga class, talk to that one person that you've been wanting to talk to. When we go on the other side of uncomfortable, we find out who we are because we have an opportunity for all of our illusions to be broken. All of these negative self-affirmations we speak of, all these ideas of who we are, what we are, and why we are here that we've come up with in our heads based off of trauma from our past, but not actually with what's going on in our now moments, what's going on in our relationships, what's happening in our own self-relationship as we evolve and grow. By going on the other side of uncomfortable, by doing things that are uncomfortable for us, we break those illusions and we start to see that life isn't at all what we had thought it was. Take the example of people being afraid of nature. It's so unnatural for us to be scared of nature, yet we're scared of it because it's actually uncomfortable, and we have all these ideas in our heads of these things that we know. In reality, they haven't actually materialized in our own lives, so we're basing it off of other people's experiences and stories, keeping us in a survival mindset, not allowing us to expand. We stay in our comfortable ego, thinking we know who we are, but because we haven't gone on the other side of uncomfortable, gone into nature, experienced it for ourselves, and realized that it isn't as creepy and scary and dirty and all those things that we thought they were. We realize we love nature. We realize we are nature. And we become more one with ourselves. We become more one with everyone, thing, being, place. And because we decided to go on the other side of uncomfortable, we actually got to know who we are, what we like, why we're here, what we enjoy, what it is we want to do, how it is we want to spend our time, instead of sitting in our boxes, looking at our screens, judging everybody and everything from the outside as a spectator in the game of life and not a player in our own reality. So that's what I'm challenging you with this week. I'm challenging you to choose discomfort. Even something as small as taking a cold shower once or twice a week, fasting, drinking a gallon of water in a day to see what happens to your body, how your body reacts to it. Do the one thing you've been putting off that you know you want to do, but it's uncomfortable, and so you don't do it because you're scared of the uncomfortableness. You're just scared of the discomfort because you're scared of failing. But you can't fail if you try. You only fail if you give up. And so let's just try a little something new this week. Have our own backs. Push ourselves into a discomfort zone to allow us to fly. It's time. That's what this summer is. It's spiritual boot camp. We're getting ready. Things are happening. And it's a great time to be on this planet, even though everything's decaying around us. We're evolving and ascending. And you know we are. Just think how far we've come in just 3 months. How far we've come in just these last 7.5. Who were you at the beginning of the year, and who are you now? And how much uncomfortable did you walk through? So take some inventory and give yourself credit for that as well. If you liked what you've seen and heard today, hit that like button. If you want to join the Army of Energy, hit that subscribe button. If you want to join the conversation, t.me/Army of Energy chat. Check out other content on Instagram at Army of Energy. If you'd like to donate to our work, the Energy family is growing. I'm super excited to start pushing out new content, bringing on more co-hosts, new guests, having just a good time, loving, living this 3D, 5D, 6D life, this human experience. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day, an even better evening, and I will talk to you again sometime soon. Take care, and goodbye.